I'm in Rome. My goodness me, is this a beautiful city? I've never been to Rome before, but wow. Let's just say that Rome's amazing. It's been a while since I've been live. I haven't been live since the event, East vs West. So I thought I would catch up with you guys, see what's going on. I'm just on the rooftop at the hotel I'm staying at, the inn. What is it called? Hang on, let me write. The steps. Oh, no, the inn at the steps. Ronan Unleashed, good to see you, brother. The inn at the Spanish Steps of Rome. Man, oh my goodness, driving into Rome today. I knew, like, I'd seen the postcards. I'm sure if you've been to Rome, you're gonna know what's going on. Yeah, have a look at this, guys. Have a look at this. I gotta show you where I'm staying. Literally, so leading off the rooftop. Look at that. That is where I am at. Larat Bastard says best place to bulk up. Oh man, I've had my first meal. If I look down the other way, other way down the street, it's crazy. It's crazy. It is so nice. It's ridiculous. And I'm just sitting, waiting for Joe to come and join me. We're gonna just chill, have a glass of wine, and go and grab some pasta or something later on. But it's been a while since I've done a live, so sorry. I don't mean to be fancy or anything. You're in Rome and Devon is in the ghetto. Rome. Where's Devon at the moment? I was actually talking to Devon yesterday, but I don't know where he is. He called me and we were both just literally lying in bed. We had a bit of a laugh. But anyway, CV, those people down there probably have no idea that one of the most powerful right arms in the world above them. Hey. I love it all. There's a lot of tongue in cheek, and I deserve every bit of it. But I doubt anyone down there on the street could beat me. Unless Gabby's there, of course. Unless Gabby. Tijuana he's at, Ronan. Nice. Good stuff. Lim Jameer. So, Ryan, who are you planning to destroy next? Yeah, the big question. What's coming? I just saw the rankings, and Gabby is ranked higher than you from the GOAT. I love you too, CV. What else is got? Did you find Hermes? I messaged Hermes today and said, yo, where we at? Hermes lives like 5.5 hours drive north of where I'm at right now. So unfortunately, there's no ability for me to really catch up with Hermes and there's some training. He did give me a few tips as to what I should be doing. Yeah, Marius Gate has mentioned Bogdan. Yeah, absolutely, man. Bogdan is my next match at Arm Wars. Only 3.5 weeks away or something crazy like that. I had a good chat on the phone with Jordan Davis today to do some refining. Thankfully, Jordan's touched that hand before, and Jordan is very intuitive, and he knows my game back to front. And so he's like, "Yep, don't waste your time doing this, or this. Just go straight to this, and go all in, refine that stuff throughout the round." So that's what I'll be doing. When I face Bogdan, and I really can't wait. I'm honestly looking forward to it. It's like this. I'm genuinely. I don't know. What do you guys think? And I'm genuinely confused as to the reality of some of the balance as to what happened at East vs West. Ray kicked my ass, as you guys know. He kicked my ass really bad. And look, I'll wear it. He kicked my ass. Ace Craigie from Sweden Armwrestling TV, thank you. Pay-per-view member for 8 months. He says, you and Mazahir would be interesting to watch. Even though you got beaten, it's another lesson added, so you'll get better. Yeah, I agree. Mazahir would be sweet. I'm getting back to 95, 100 kilos, so that match would be pretty sweet. Yeah, don't drop the phone, Rick. I won't. Yeah, so I'm genuinely confused. I want to ask you guys, what do you think happened? Why did I lose so bad? Why did I lose so bad? I want to, before you answer that question, I'm asking this to the people that are genuinely arm wrestlers, right? People who genuinely know my story. They know who I've beaten, they know what matches I've pulled in the past, they know who I've lost to. They know my story and that know Ray's story as well. Why did I lose? Now, I'll give you some context that will paint the picture. For instance, Bob Brown knows both myself and Ray. Bob Brown, you know how prior to the match I was saying in the press conference and all sorts of things, I said anybody who's touched both of our hands says that it's a mismatch, says that it's Ryan Easy. I wasn't lying there, and like Bob will verify that for you. You'll see Bob. I watched Bob on a live stream with Engin, um, and he said, "This is after the match." He said, "I was so surprised by the result." He said, "I was so certain Ryan was going to win." And the reason he said to Engin was he said, I gripped up with Ryan 2 years ago uh, after his match with Dallas Langston and Dan Mosier at John's place over a barbecue. And he said, I couldn't do anything with Ryan. I knew well and truly that I couldn't beat Ryan. And then he says, on Engin's live stream, 3 months ago I gripped up with Ray after his match with Adam, again at John's place, so similar circumstances that he gripped up with me, and he said, his words, I felt like I could beat Ray if it was a match. So Bob said, so comparing those two, 2 years ago I felt like I could do nothing with Ryan, now I felt like I could beat Ray, was Bob's words. And then that was my experience. 2 years ago in Zlotiter, you can look up the video footage, the after-pool footage. Jordan Davis of Australia holding Ray in a hook. Ray unable to press through, Ray unable to hook through. These are facts. These aren't. This is why I was coming in as supremely confident, because I can hold Jordan in a hook all day. It's not a problem. So Ray, I know, dismissed it as one of those things. He said that I didn't take it seriously. He said I didn't train. He said I dropped the ball. I can straight away rule that one out, okay? That was not at all the case. And the reason I say that is I know 100% that I've trained my ass off. I also know that in respect to Australian rankings, I've gone past people that I couldn't beat 2 years ago. People like Ryan Scott, people like Brett Coots, people like, who else is there that I've gone past? Mario Timbarkas. Okay, so like Ryan Scott, the former number one in Australia, I'm now really comfortably past him. It's only Lachlan that's ahead of me. Honestly, it feels like there's a fairly big gap between me and number three. So that was my reasoning and my logic for thinking, look, I'm way ahead of Ray. So when Ray says that I didn't train, straight away crossed that one out. Proving Astrology asked $4.99 US. Ryan, I've been dying to know how you came off PEDs. Not to take anything away from Ray, but would you do it differently in hindsight? Yeah, and I'll get to that because that is one of the factors as well. Thank you for the super chat, brother. I'll get to that one very shortly. So I just want to paint the context a little bit more before we get there. So Ray, no doubt, like I said, the last time I touched hands with him or was in a room with him, he was not at the level where he could hang with Jordan Davis, and I was at the level where I could hang with Jordan Davis very, very comfortably. Given that I knew I'd worked incredibly hard, like I said, I love this sport. I don't actually stop ever. So when Ray says I didn't train, not true. Train my ass off for this match. So Ray, since I last saw him, put on such a big gap. Like, if I could pull anyone right now just to get a measure, I'd want to pull Artem Taranenko. Because 3 months ago, Artem Taranenko took a round off Ray, and I've beaten Artem Taranenko easy as pie in the past. So there's two possibilities here that have happened. Either I have, due to the weight cut and the travel, taken such a nosedive in my own strength and power that I wasn't prepared for it, or Ray has taken a massive upturn, or both. I don't know. All I can say is that Ray was way too strong for me on the night. I actually don't know if Ray weighed in. I asked him a couple of times and he just joked about it. I don't actually know if he weighed in at all. He actually looked a bigger man. I didn't like the way I looked. You can see Carpenter Jim there says I look skinny and weak. Yeah, I agree. I did. My neck looked real skinny. I had to dehydrate down to under 90 kilos, and I went on Engen scales. I got down to 88.7 kilos, which was very alarmingly low. And I didn't like the way I looked or felt or anything. But that said, I had plenty of time. I rehydrated, I carved up, and I was feeling good within myself. I was feeling good. I didn't feel at all like I was tired or lethargic or anything like that. Um, Ray, as Murray says there, Ray is really good. I do agree. Ray is a very good arm wrestler, but like he was a very good arm wrestler 2 years ago as well. You got to remember that. And I was equally at that same sort of level. So there's that degree of confusion. Now back to the question about from improving astrology. When you said, Ryan, I've been dying to know how you came off the PEDs. I came off the PEDs when I took on Lachlan in November. That was I peaked up to 104 kilos for that match, and came off. But that's large to me. That's largely irrelevant with the Ray factor, because when I go way back in time to when Ray and I were balanced, when I went to the Zloty tour in 2019, that was my first time taking PEDs, and that was only very, very mild. It was just some test sus, and it was a very mild dose of it as well. So it was not something that was a huge factor, comparably to when I was facing Lachlan, where I had a much more significant cycle that I was on. Coming off all of that, I lost base power. I could definitely say my bicep strength and things like that were down, but certainly my wrist strength, finger strength, wrist rise, elbow conditioning, all that, they had progressed. Um, yeah, that's the truth. So my question is, when I'm searching for the truth in myself, as to just so I can get a feel with where my progression's at, because to me it was a real anomaly to go from 2 years ago, Ray being held in a hook by Jordan Davis, to now him destroying me in a hook. When I hold Jordan Davis in a hook as easy as pie. Um, I don't know. There's no disrespect to Ray. There's no. Uh, I'm just trying to make sense of it, honestly. Now, one of the factors is my weight. I'm eating again. I'll be back to sort of 95 kilos. Um, Adam Hasty says it's an obvious reason. I hope it's a question you know the answer to. You should. Yeah. And that's that. What you're referring to there, Adam, is one of those reasons and conversations that often people are not willing to talk about. I am willing to talk about with me. I don't know. Lap has always been straight and narrow, but I'm not gonna question anyone's integrity on that sort of stuff. Ray says he's not on. I believe he's not on, but not everyone who says they're not on is not on. We've all seen that before. So look, if that's the factor, that's fine. Like I said, I've been down the path where I've chosen. I would like to know if that is the case. If that was the geared Ray and the non-geared Ryan, I would go, okay, that makes sense. If it's a non-geared Ray and it's a non-geared Ryan, I'd go, man, something drastic has happened. I would imagine if I was geared up and he was geared up, it'd be interesting. If he was not geared up and I was geared up, I'm sure it would be one-sided. But nevertheless, there's a factor at play that I can't quite put my finger on. The good news is I get to face Bogdan Stoiker in 3.5 weeks, and I won't be dehydrated or cutting weight. I will be well fed. I will be 95 kilos plus, and I'll be ready for that match. So we'll get an idea. If I get belted again, we'll go, okay, well, yeah, something's going wrong in my own game. My strength's in a bad place. If I'm competitive, okay, we go, wow, Ray's a monster, because we all thought Bogdan was ahead of Ray. If I beat Bogdan, then we're all going to be like, whoa, oh my goodness, what's going on? Where the hell is Ray at if I beat Bogdan in this state? Yeah, interesting stuff. Looking at a couple of comments, we're going to super chat. Let me just find that one. Thank you very much to whoever it is. Let me just scroll down. There it is. Sap the B says the reason you lost is because you came off the PDs and aren't supplementing with CO2. You look like you lack vitality and muscle mass. Your test tanked. You could be right there, Sap the B. I do need to get it. I'd like to actually get my bloods done. But like I said, I've been off for 8 months, man. I've been off for 8 months. And my training at home in Australia was fine. I was beating Fatali Mateo comfortably. I was holding Jordan Davis comfortably. All those people. I did nothing felt out of the ordinary. So I hear you and I get it, but I can't be certain that that is the reality. So I can't be sure. Hey babe, here's your wine. Alright, I won't put the camera at you. I'll wrap it up in a second. My better half has just arrived to join me, so I'm gonna wrap this one up. But answer the question for me, guys. Let me know in the comments. Have a quick scroll, have a look. Ronan says you were a lot weaker after coming off. I rose very slowly, even after doing the PCD properly. So that may be the case. Ooh, I think I missed one more super chat. Let me just find it. And then I'll wrap this one up. Sorry, I don't want to miss it. Let me find it. Is it just the two? Ryan's exposed cable, there it is. You need to go to real tournaments outside of Australia, lift weights to get strong. Practice table isn't relevant. Order the pancakes, not the pasta. Yeah, it's tricky being in Australia. Obviously, 30 hours flight. It's 30 hours travel to get to this part of the world, so getting the tournaments is not easy. Yeah, I'll get as many as I can, but it's difficult. I would just like I said, my first impression of Rome here, I would move here in a heartbeat. This is amazing. Yeah. Larry Buster says a rematch against Ray at your weight, and I'd like that. Ray doesn't want it apparently. Ray's already requested to Neil that he's not going to be in the battleground. So if he beats Tom Holland and I beat Bogdan, he doesn't want to pull me?
Don't be a pussy, Ray.
There we go. You heard it. Joe just said, "Don't be a pussy, Ray." Get on Ray's case. Everybody, do that for me. Tell Ray that if he beats Tom and I beat Bogdan, he's not allowed to back out of a rematch. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it there. We're going to enjoy our wine. Thank you for joining me for the live. Thank you for all the super chats. And there'll be plenty more to come from Rome. Unfortunately, Hermes Gasparini lives 5.5 hours drive away from here, so he's not going to be stopped by anytime soon. But anyway, see you guys soon.